Hey Carmichaels, thanks for joining us for our third and final portion of our interview with Andy Carmichael of Carmichael in celebration of the 600th anniversary of the Battle of Bauge. Andy, I wanted to start by asking you about Bauge and about Sir John de Carmichael. I know that he ended his career and perhaps his life as Bishop of Orleans in France, and as bishop would not, or at least should not, have had any children, but of course he might have had children before he became a bishop. I'm just curious to know, do you and your family consider yourselves direct descendants of Sir John de Carmichael?
Well, I'm not the history expert in our family. I'm afraid my father. I would have to turn to my father for that because he's certainly infinitely more knowledgeable on the family history than I. But yes, I believe we are directly related to the Sir John who was at the Battle of Bauge, and you know that's an important thing. We can trace our family line back to the Carmichaels who were living at Carmichael, and this is pretty unique in the scheme of Scottish clans. There's very few Scottish clans now where you have direct descendants of the family line who are still living on the land, farming the land, and trying to keep it alive. Very often you'll find the clan chief may live, I don't know, in London or New York or somewhere, but that's not us. We're working every day on the land, trying to keep it alive, trying to keep things going so that there's something here for our children and our children's children to visit in the future.
Tell me more about that. What is the role of the chief and his family, both in relation to being a state manager and then also head of this international clan family?
Sure. Well, I guess he's the head of the clan family, and he sits on the Standing Council of Scottish Chiefs, which meets, say, I think it's about once a year they meet, and you get all the Scottish chiefs together and they have a grumble about everything, and then they go for lunch. So he is recognized as the chief of the clan and the head of the clan family. I guess the responsibilities that go with that are what you make them to be. So, before my dad came back to Carmichael, there was very little Carmichael clan activity going on because his predecessor hadn't followed that or hadn't ignited that. So it is what you make of it. It is what you want it to be or what your clan would like it to be. And we've been really lucky in that we have had a real strong support from our American cousins and people and families who have been involved with the clan for decades and decades now, and that's really pushed us on to continue to be excited about Clan Carmichael every day, not just in the last decade, but in the next decade too. So I guess that's one of the roles is really to uphold the clan name, the clan history, and to make sure that there's something here for people to connect with. I guess for the wider family as well, my role, I technically I'm called the younger of Carmichael. So the chief gets to wear 3 feathers, and he's the only member of the family who can wear 3 feathers. The younger of Carmichael can wear 2 eagle feathers. And apparently I'm the only person who's allowed to wear 2 eagle feathers in their bonnet. And then my sisters, Marma and Sarah, they are allowed to wear 1 eagle feather in their cap. So, it's something that we haven't really actioned too much, this wearing of eagle feathers, but we did when we were marching into the Edinburgh Tattoo in, I think it was 2017, we all sourced ourselves some feathers and did it properly, and that was quite cool. So I guess we've all got our roles to play. Maybe my role is more to try and make sure that we continue to keep things exciting and we up to date for our generation and our children, so that they have something that they would like to connect with and continue to feel part of.
You know, Andy, I felt proud before this call, but now I feel extra proud to know just how much goes on at Carmichael and how unique our situation is out of Scottish clans, and just how much international support there is from Carmichaels all over the world. And like you said, we're not a big clan. I think it's so cool, everything that's going on. A question, you've talked about how diaspora Carmichaels can support the clan, how we can support the land, but how can those of us who are far away support your family? So not just, you know, the chief and his descendants, but Richard and Trish and Andy and Terry and your sisters and the children. You know, when we're reaching out to you guys, or we're shopping online or visiting the estate, what can we be doing to be respectful and helpful members of the clan?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we try to be here for any Carmichael who arrives, and you know, in a normal year we would have a steady flow of Carmichaels coming into our little clan shop here and picking up t-shirts and crested items and tartan tams, and this really helps just to keep the charitable trust that runs the visitor centre alive and open. But you know, 2020 has been a difficult year. We've hardly seen any Carmichaels come through the door this year. So, you know, if there's a way to, if you're wanting clan gifts, and I know there's plenty of clan gifts that are available around the world, but you know, we can mail them anywhere in the world, and these even this little amount just helps to keep our charitable endeavors going and keep us being able to have someone ready to greet people. And unfortunately, we can't always drop everything to say hello to every Carmichael that turns up unexpectedly. But you know, we try wherever possible to do that. General life on this makes pretty busy, so you know, every day is a work day and a school day. So it's not always the case that we can meet everyone that comes, but certainly I always try. If I ever spot someone wandering around the ruins looking slightly lost, always go and say hello and point them in the right direction.
Would you mind talking about that a bit more, physically visiting the estate? I know that your dad has talked extensively about the UK's right to roam laws and their negative side effects on historic properties at the estate. I also know that one of my favorite things to do when I'm somewhere new is to explore and investigate the landscape, but that needs to be done in a way that's protective and respectful of the property and its history. Do you have advice for future travelers who might be visiting the estate after the pandemic has passed?
Absolutely, yeah. I would say come to the Carmichael Visitor Centre, tell whoever's behind the desk that you are Carmichael, where you're from. Come and put a pin in the map to show where you've come from. I'm afraid the map is now so full you can hardly see the United States, but have a look through the clan room and learn about that heritage. And then, you know, what who the person in the shop will do is they'll give you a clan pack which will have a map in it, and that will help you to explore the clan lands. What I would say is far too many people don't leave enough time, and they come and they think they're going to take in all their clan heritage in the space of 2 hours, and that's just not possible. The more time you have, the better. So if you can come and stay in a holiday cottage and use it as your touring base, to go and see Edinburgh and Glasgow, then that's even better. And it allows people who are coming to really connect with the land and the buildings as well. So that can be a really special experience. And I guess I'm going to give a shout out for international gathering in June 2022. We'd like to make this a really special gathering. You know, we've had a big gap. The original gathering was planned for 2020, and you know, we've rescheduled for June 2022. But there's a lot of effort that goes into these gatherings, and if there's not a lot more effort to have more people there, but it means we can do much cooler, better stuff. Our Tartan Bowl will be more exciting. The mini Highland Games will be more interactive, and although having lots of people has its own set of problems and logistical challenges, it makes it much more rewarding for everyone involved. So, yeah, call to action would be come to Carmichael in 2022 and get involved in your heritage. And if you can come in June at the Clan Gathering time, we'd absolutely love to see you all.
And if people would like to come to the gathering in June 2022, where can they go to learn more about it?
Yeah, the carmichael.co.uk is our website, and we're accepting deposits for booking onto the Clan Gathering for 22. We've got an outline of the plan and the dates on there, although this will become more solid as we actually begin to properly start planning that out over the next few months. So yeah, anyone who signed up to the gathering for 2020, their deposits are sort of rolled over, and we're looking forward to seeing them in 22. But yeah, it'd be absolutely superb if we could see as many of you as possible and really make it a special one, considering we've had the best part of 12 months with very little clan interaction.
Yeah, I think after a year of no events and pandemic, everybody's in withdrawal. I know I'm in major Scottish Heritage Celebration withdrawal. I can't wait for June of next year, and I can't wait to bring my kids. I just hope they'll be old enough to remember it.
Hey, there's one other thing that I've thought of, and I think it's maybe, I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but it's to do with the relationship with Clan Carmichael USA and Clan Carmichael International in Scotland. You know, we are separate entities, but I think there's always been a really strong relationship between the two charitable organizations. And I think it's really important that that continues, and people think about joining both when they join, rather than just considering that Clan Carmichael is something that I only really get involved with in the United States. So then I would only join Clan Carmichael USA. Well, that's superb, but we also need the support here, and I think as a global clan family, we need to sort of make sure that those two organizations are kind of work together very closely.
Yeah, thank you. That's a really good point. And if families are watching and they're not sure about how to do that, and you know, through the carmichael.co.uk website, you can sign up to become a Clan Carmichael International member. And on the Clan Carmichael USA website, which is clancarmichaelusa.com, you can sign up to do both. And we recently added an automatic renew subscription to ours as well. So if somebody wants to do both and doesn't want to have to remember it every year, it should do it automatically. Do you want to talk just a little bit about what Clan Carmichael International looks like? And like I know I'm a member, so I get a newsletter from your dad a few times a year. And that's about the extent of my familiarity with it.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, basically the Clan Carmichael Charitable Trust in Scotland is the charitable organisation that looks after clan affairs, and myself, my father, and my mother are trustees of this. But we have very limited resources to do anything incredible with it. But the objectives of the trust are really to retain the educational properties of the clan and the clan heritage. So any support that can be provided to that is so more than it's very appreciated. So the clan itself, we obviously sell clan goods, and we run the clan room down at the Carmichael Visitor Centre, and I think when you become a member of Clan Carmichael International, you receive some documentation from the estate office, from my dad, welcoming you officially to the clan as a part of the clan members, although everyone is welcome in the clan. And he has been producing his own newsletter which is now in the 55th edition, and is winging its way to clan members as we speak. I think, in fact, it's probably even getting posted today to the US people. And there's just a huge amount of information in there. He's very knowledgeable on all the historical aspects of the clan. It's a proper compendium of all things Carmichael, and he puts a lot of effort into that. I hope that I can do as good a job as that in the future if I ever take the reins of this newsletter, because he certainly has the historical side that he's managed to incorporate into these newsletters.
Your dad is a wealth of knowledge. It's really incredible. A question about Clan Carmichael International, and it may be a pretty obvious question, but are Carmichaels outside of the UK able to make a donation to the Clan Carmichael Charitable Trust in Scotland?
It certainly is, yeah. And the Clan Carmichael Charitable Trust has been set up to receive donations and legacies and that sort of thing. And there have been donations over the years which have been really instrumental to keeping clan activities going, and that's very much appreciated. So yes, it's set up as a registered Scottish charity. I'm not totally familiar on what the situation is between United States residents and UK-based charitable organisations, but what I do know is it's set up in the right way that it can receive donations as and when they're requested.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Andy. This has been a wealth of information for me, and I hope for other Carmichaels who are listening, especially people who are new to the clan and just learning about the estate and your family and Bauge and all these wonderful things happening. I appreciate your time so much, and I just really look forward to getting to know you and your family better over the next few years.
Okay, take care, Leah.
Take care, Andy. And for everybody watching, don't forget that you can learn more by going to carmichael.co.uk or clancarmichaelusa.com. Also, if you go to clancarmichaelusa.com and click the tab at the top that says Present, there should be a drop-down option for our podcast. Our podcast is being put together by Scott Carmichael out of Tennessee, and it's really awesome. It should contain portions of this interview if you've got somebody that doesn't want to watch the video but would like to listen to it. Or if you want to hear more detail about what Andy has to say about all these cool things going on in Scotland. So be sure to check out those resources, sign up to be a member if you haven't already, and of course, feel free to donate anytime to Clan Carmichael USA, Clan Carmichael International, or the Clan Carmichael Charitable Trust in Scotland. Thanks so much, everybody. Toujours prêt.